Hello and welcome back to Now, today's episode is going to be about the NSA and the spying thing that happened. Well, that came out last year, I think. And talk about how you should expect anything that's happening on the internet isn't
enemy
secret.
spotted. AT soldier. Machine.
Okay. That didn't go to plan. Anyway, I'm going to ignore gameplay stuff really, if I can help it. Those of you that use a Gmail account for YouTube, for example, or
enemy spotted. Match. 75 meters front. AT soldier. Rifle. 75
those
meters
of you that
front.
use a Gmail account for whatever, or use it for a YouTube account.
We've got an enemy. AT soldier. Rifle.
Might
75
use it
meters
for
front.
something else. Here goes still. Oh, one thing. You may know that you should really understand that Google are evil. They're a very evil company, and that is why you get ads that are about your email history. Quite often you'll have ads that are targeted towards you from a advertising point of view. It's a perfectly reasonable idea. And, to an extent, yeah, you're right there. You are right. It is a good idea. However, there's a point when that isn't such a good idea. For example, when you're not perhaps getting that information necessarily legally. Honestly, I don't care. If I put something on the internet, I understand that it's not private. I know a lot of people don't like this, and they shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to think about what you put up on the internet. It should be a free system to use. But it's unreasonable to think this. Think about all the companies that gain money from internet activities such as Google and Apple to an extent. There are multiple companies that profit from do get money from the internet, and their main revenue supply is from the internet, and therefore they want to make sure that they're getting the most bang for their buck. So they're going to get the most money back for the money they use to advertise. So Google use through Gmail, they will target ads that are more likely to capture your attention. They're more likely to have you go and use it. So I might advertise, for example, recently looking at new computer parts. It may give me it might say that there's might give me a custom PC builder or a PC parts supplier, Now, that, to an extent, isn't evil. Can be quite useful. There might be companies you've never heard of or never thought to use, and but then because of an advert you've seen, gone, oh, actually I could use this for my computer, or you know, might have found a console game supplier, something like that. Game suppliers generally, and that isn't necessarily evil. However, when it becomes massively evil is when you get government spying on their people, such as the NSA and GCHQ for the UK. A lot of people know about the NSA, what they did, but recently it's come out that GCHQ, which is the British version of the NSA, and the Pentagon, did very similar things to the British population, but not quite to the extent that the Americans did. But still, they weren't perfect, and I'm not trying to make them seem perfect, but they have done a lot of stuff. Both agencies have done a lot for public safety, and therefore what they did was, yes, wrong and to an extent illegal, but if it stopped me getting blown up, honestly I couldn't care less, because if you've got nothing to hide, this is what they're saying, if you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to worry about. And yes, they are correct. However, what a lot of people are annoyed about is not so much that, but the fact that no matter whether you are good and doing everything correctly or not, you're still being spied upon, and that's wrong, definitely. But to an extent, I think there needs to be there needs to be leeway, there needs to be hindsight. Now, what they did was wrong, and very similar to the phone tapping, although that was very illegal because it was just for newspapers and not national security, which is different. Stopping terrorists and coming up with a news headline are slightly different things, only slightly. Oh, it's raining this time. I'm going to turn down the audio because this is a very loud scenario because of the jets. This is quite an interesting game. Now, if you not B either. You see here they just Lego random wipeout, which is very similar to Warthogs, but stealthier and effectively an updated Warthog. That's what you need to think that has. Now I'm actually in the, I can't remember what it's called now, not the Windows button, the Alt button. Now you see that everyone will taxi very politely. Very nice. Now, oh yeah, that tends to happen when you're spawned in water. Now, so yeah, but some of the information gained from the NSA and GCHQ was used to save British and American lives in Afghanistan, and in Iraq, also people at home, but very much in the way that the as you may know, the Enigma code was cracked during World War II, but and most of you will probably know that it wasn't actually used to its full potential, because the British and the Allies didn't want the Germans knowing that we had cracked it, so information was used from a very can we wing it point of view, and unfortunately that's sort of the thing that's happened in the NSA. The NSA, G6Q were involved very much so in the capturing and killing of many Al-Qaeda leaders, including Osama bin Laden, but many others, along with other special forces such as the SAS, and therefore I can almost forgive them. Not entirely. I can forgive them more than I forgive newspapers, because the newspapers, all they did was got a nice scoop. Personally, I don't read. I will occasionally look at the driving section of the Sunday Times. Sorry if you just heard a buzzing out of my phone. Okay, that was hello, Smatey boy. I occasionally read the driving section of the Sunday Times, because it's got some very interesting stuff about gadgets. I can't remember, it used to be called something else, because they do gadget stuff as well, and there was a thing actually today about headsets, and that was quite interesting, because I am thinking of getting a Rig Planetonics headset, a Planetonics Rig headset, which for a couple of reasons, but one, because you can have a phone or other media device, so I could plug my iPad in and listen to music while playing games without disturbing people on Skype calls, for example. I'm quite often on Skype call and I want to listen to some music, but I don't tend to get a very good experience because I don't play it too loud all the time. That's not always true. Some people might argue otherwise, say I play my music quite loud, but most of the time. But it would be nice to be able to do that, or have my phone in, because I quite often be gaming and not hear my phone, especially when when I'm gaming, or I'll be playing Arma, I'll be on Skype as well, and it's very rarely I don't always hear it, or it'll be on vibrate or silent, but if it's on when you plug into the headset, I can have it on while you automatically, and then when I get a phone I can mute my game and Skype audio and improve my playing audio, but carry on playing anyway. Now anyone who wants to get Arma, I'd recommend it. This is on a bit of a different note, but just thinking about if now James, who you probably know, I played quite a few games with him, there's two of our friends, one who had Arma since Alpha but hasn't played it very much, and another that recently got it, because there's three of us playing it, and he said, oh, I'll go and get it. It was on deal, and I can't remember how much it was, but if you look at g2a.com, or sometimes in the Humble Bundles store, not the actual weekly deal, but the store. They'll have a deal for armour for 20 quid, which is still quite expensive for a sort of a Steamy game, but you do get a lot of game. You get, well, as you probably know, you get Stratus, which is this map, which is roughly 40 kilometres squared, I believe, from memory. The entire map size, I think, is 100 by 100, so including all the water. So it might be 50 by 50. But the Atlas, the big full game map, this was sort of the beta map. The big full game map, it Atlas is 300 kilometres squared, which is oh, I haven't got a parachute, that's not good, is it? Is 300 kilometres squared, so it's a big map. You know, plenty of it. You have jets, you have 2 sets of jets, a few other, you have tanks, artillery guns, self-propelled artillery guns, you have all sorts of stuff, very nice to use. Now I'm just going to hijack one of these planes, not in a terrorist way, but in a I want to fly a wipeout way. I prefer the wipeout for a number of reasons. Shoot pilot. Hang on, can I get them to get disembark? Who disembarked? Probably no. Disembark. Disembark. So yeah, I'd recommend getting it. It's a very good game, and I'd recommend, as I often play, the server game mode of Invading Annex, which I was going to try and play for you today, but the servers don't seem to be yielding today for some reason. Now, unfortunately, since the GameSpy servers, I think I was the company that went down, that closed all their servers down, causing massive issues with multiple games. The servers haven't been as reliable as I'd like, unfortunately. Now there are a few servers that are very good. There are plenty of servers with great community and great support for new players. If you want to play with someone, you can always in the comments or send me a message on YouTube, your Steam account name. I'll add you happily and help you get scouting armour. It can be quite a daunting task. I shall show you how daunting it could be if you try and now, luckily now there's this thing called Learn, the VR training. This could be better, I'm not going to lie, the VR training could be improved. However, it gives you nice basic stuff. Now, you see there's material penetration, placeables, launchers. The launchers, gee, is impossible. I've tried. Laser detonation is very nice. Actually, it's very useful for invading Annex servers. Command and movement, useful if you're going to be doing campaigns or sort of complicated missions with AI. The same as the behaviour and the actions. Commanding vehicles very similar, can be useful if you just want to mess around with beds to get people in and out. But we'll have a look at the armor penetration to give you sort of a idea. Now it goes through a set of calibers. So here you've just got a 9mm pistol, and you see there's a red line. Now this guy has got armour on, so it takes a few more rounds to drop him. Now this guy has got a chest plate on, and he's through a door. These are very unusual scenarios in armour, but it's very useful to see how weapons are affected by different setups, because certain AI will be carrying a very light loadout and some heavier, more armoured loadout. Useful to know what to do, because of the way armour works, and it can have issues with sort of not netcode per se, but it you can sometimes get some hit issues unless your target is stationary and you're fully confident with your shooting. If you've got a high powered rifle, aim for chest. Generally you won't get a choice, especially if you use a full auto weapon, but something like this, very powerful weapon, you can, if you want to, aim for the head, but it's not necessary really. And most of the time you'll be spraying across body to make sure you get hit. Now going to back out the VR training. Now this, I'll show you the field manual for a little bit. I know this might not be the most entertaining stuff, but we don't need that. We don't need that. Now commanding, as I said, is just more for fire drills, but general action menu. Now this is using the scroll wheel, and it will give you actions. You'll see I was scrolling to see what weapons I had, so you can choose weapons, you can get in and out of cars, check inventories, that sort of stuff. Then you have binoculars, which are B, but you also have night vision. I tend not to run binoculars, I tend to use my scope instead. I will run night vision, mainly because it doesn't have much weight, and if you are caught at night it can be useful, although I again use my scope most of the time. Now clothes, that's quite a big thing. If I could, where is it? It's the virtual arsenal. I'll go through the sort of loadouts you could have on an armour game, but hopefully, yes, it will. Right, so this is loadout I've been using relatively recently, which is a marksman loadout. So I'll go through what I have. I have the Mark 18 DMR rifle, 7.62mm, with a Night Stalker on it. I shouldn't have a laser pointer, and I have a suppressor. Suppressors are very useful on armour. Stop the enemy hitting you, because you will get sniped from roughly 9,000 metres away. Not always, but 800 metres is sort of the cut-off you want to be going towards enemies, because they're likely to kill you, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, but the AI are very, very, very clever and very, very accurate. They don't hesitate in killing you, particularly. Now, see here, I'm running a very magazine-heavy loadout. Now, this is one because it's only a 6-round magazine, and two, I like to have a bit of fun with my loadouts. I like to be able to not worry about magazines and just worry about what I'm doing. You can see here I have a just like a hat, but because I've got a gun too, it doesn't really matter. I put the helmet on. Glasses again don't really matter. I've got some tactical shades on, semi-normal. Now I've got night vision. I've got green laser identification. Now this is useful when you have close air support, whether it be Wipeout or Blackfoot. Wipeout's the plane, the Blackfoot's the heli. Or Kaiman, sometimes you have a enemy heli on your side. You want a map, a GPS, that's very important. Radio, compass. Yeah, compass is very useful actually for giving bearings and finding bearings that have been given. Watch. Now, you can actually see these are actually all the characters from the single player. Now, for some reason it's changed it again. Now, I can have it on that. Now, I want to put there. Now, I can save this, and I can save it over. And I can save it. Sometimes it just helps with the army to save it a couple of times. Now, you see here I have this one, for example. This one has got a light machine gun. But what I'll do is I'll go back to the marksman and I shall try it out, and this allows you to go into so this is a 59% load and fatigue, so you can see roughly how long it takes you to run out of stamina. Well, I'll go to laser death mode, so I'll show you how this works. So now it didn't work, and we are. But you'll see here I have the Night Stalk, which is my preferred sight. It has a 5 and a 25, and it also has a little red dot sight that can be used in the unlikely event you do close quarters. Great thing about this load, you've got a night vision version, you've got a thermal and another thermal. Very useful for picking off targets during the day as well as much as the night. You'll see them quite often in my videos use it. Now this is quite funny actually, because you can actually go full auto with this thing, which I don't understand why you do this, but I guess, you know, some jobs just require fully auto fire. Oops, it killed a friendly there. I don't know what this is. So yeah, I will be trying to get some more armor videos out actually soon. Hopefully with the squad that we've got now. So yeah, if you have just got armor or you want to get back into it, you haven't played it for a while, or you haven't played multiplayer before, and you're thinking of getting it, get it. It's a very good game. You get a lot of money for your, a lot of games for your money. It's like Battlefield, but much bigger and much friendlier. And yes, there are the odd people that take it a little bit seriously. However, they're all very nice people. I've not met, I've not had the abuse that I've had on Battlefield before. But you just got to come in with a different mentality. Now you see there, I reloaded with 5 rounds left, but I still got 11. I kept 11 round magazines. That's because you actually keep magazines. So eventually, once you've gone through all your other magazines, which you can just quickly do, you'll end up with a magazine with 5 rounds in rather than 20. Now this is different to most first-person shooters, most shooters in fact. because most of the time you reload and you'll get the ammo goes back into the pool of ammo and you get it back, but you'll be left at the end with an old magazine, but you don't you do get left with an old magazine, but it's quite easy to load well, I'll say that on Battlefield it can't be sometimes. You might support but don't drop ammo. That's a different story. Oh, I'm not hit one of them. I see, this is my last 20 round magazine, and here I've reloaded, I've got one mag round, and oh no, I've only got 5 rounds left, and you don't have any relay, so you can't even punch this guy in the face. But yeah, so if you're thinking of getting armour, get it. If you want some help getting used to it, or help with what game mode to go for, or how to play a game mode, just send me a message or put it in the comments, Steam account, and I'll be more than happy to help. I will be putting up some information videos up as well, sort of talking about zeroing. I'll talk about that a little bit. You can see here this guy's 21 meters away. My scope, look where it says green scope, smoke, and it says 300 feet next to it. Now with pressing page down, it goes to 100 meters, so that's the lowest I can range it. And then using page up, I can do from 100, I can do 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000. Can't do more than 1000. Obviously you can come down. And this works in vehicles as well, although stuff like the tanks from 0 to several thousand meters because of the range. Obviously they can do that, and stuff like the artillery isn't 0. You use like a computer, and you can then do it that way. But you get the idea, I hope. So thanks for watching, and hope you have a good time. Hope you enjoyed.